Hey guys, and welcome to episode 13 of Surg Feed the Beast Season 3 Let's Play. I'm sitting here in my base, and we have everything set up the way that we left it last time. Everything's still running. Luckily, I still have a good amount of coal in here, charging everything up. And I did actually have to add a third export bus. And that's just because there is so many different kinds of flakes that I have to have at least 3 just to fit them all. I may end up changing this setup uh, depending on if I get something that works a little better for me. Okay, where we left off last time is we wanted to get some lava. So if you remember, we were looking at the pump. And in this case, I want an endothermic pump. So let's go ahead and see if we can make one of those now. I did get some ender pearls, so that'll at least help us out. Looks like we have the diamond and the 2 buckets. Oop, that's not what I wanted. So let's see what this ender infused obsidian is. Oh, that's not too bad. There we go, 4 of them. And we're going to need an iron pickaxe. So there's one of those. And an eye of ender. Pretty easy. And there we go, endothermic pump. And I'll go ahead and throw those buckets back in there. I don't need those. So now I have the pump, and I have some place for it to go. Do I have any liquid ducts? Or is it now they're fluid ducts? Yeah. So I'll go ahead and take some of my fluid ducts, and just because I want to make sure that the area is nice and saved, let's get a chunk loader. So I'm going to need an enchantment table. I don't have enough obsidian. Okay, so I'm going to need some more obsidian. Now, one nice thing is I can take this machine here and actually tell it to make obsidian. It's going to use some of the water, it's going to use some of the lava, but we don't need a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and make, what was that, 2 pieces? Yeah, 2 pieces. And looks like we're missing a book too. So let's get our 2 pieces of obsidian. And looks like it's going to make a 3rd one anyway. Okay. And throw that in here. And there we go. So we have all the obsidian we need. And let's go ahead and make our book. So we're going to need some paper. Easy enough. I have some sugarcane in there. Leather, paper. Okay. So now we should be able to make the enchantment table, a chunk loader, and I wonder if we have the ender pearls needed to make spot loaders. Oh, we do. I did collect up quite a few heads, and if we look here, I now have 13 more ender pearls. I had actually taken my cleaver and went down to where I have a skeleton spawner down in my mining area. Just took away the torches and sat there for a little while, and that seemed to do the trick for me. So now we have everything we need. We have the endothermic pump, we have our tesseract, and we have our fluid ducts. Now all we need to do is go to the Nether. I don't think I have a Nether portal anymore. I do know who does. So let's run over this way. And I'm going to use Pyro's Nether portal. It's a little bit of a trek. Not too far though. You can see here on the map, he's right in here. So I'll go ahead and get over there, use his Nether portal, and I'll meet you guys in the Nether. Okay guys, so here we are in the Nether, and I actually ended up using Kryllik's portal. just because for some reason when I used Pyro's portal, the pigmen started attacking me. So I don't know if he pissed them off or what. But I went in, I killed a ghast that was stuck, and then zombie pigmen just started owning me. So I figured this was a good alternative. Because Krillic's not too far away. He's just on the other mountain from where I am. Let's see. How do I get down? Because I want to get down to where there's... Ah! Angry bunnies! Those things always catch me by surprise. They're so tiny. Ah, I got you that time. I'm guessing they're parts of Biomes of Plenty. I really couldn't tell you 100% sure. What's the safest way to make my way down here? Yeah, that's it. Dig straight down. Don't try this at home. There we go. See? That's what I want right there. Big, big lake of lava. And no angry bunnies to push me off into it. Oh! That's not safe. Let's use netherrack. So I kind of want to get down there. But it looks kind of like I might... Well, maybe we'll just go over here and try to dig our way down. So I'll just go ahead and dig a stairway this direction just a little bit, just to make sure. Ooh. Might as well collect up some ores while we're here. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to fall right into the lava when I'm trying to get down here. Okay, looks like I found where the lava is. Tilled netherrack. I didn't know you could grow stuff on netherrack. So what I want to do is go ahead and place my endothermic pump right here. Actually, let me go ahead and just check the chunk lines. Okay, that's fine. As long as I build right here, then I should be in the same chunk. And what I want to do is, let's go ahead and just clear out a little bit of space here, so I have some space to work with. I don't believe the endothermic pump needs power. Error, error. Well, let's just go ahead and hook it up and we'll find out. So we want a tesseract here, and we're going to hook them up with fluid ducts. And take my crescent hammer, and I'm going to wrench it so that this is the output. I hope I don't need a redstone signal. I bet you I need a redstone signal. Well, just in case, let me go ahead and place down one chunk loader, or spot loader, right here. It's still, the way that spot loaders work is they're a little different than chunk loaders. See these green lines, that chunk that I'm in right now? This spot loader will keep this chunk and only this chunk loaded. Whereas chunk loaders, you can change how much they actually load and things like that. But if I'm only needing one chunk, then, you know, what's the point of using a chunk loader just to change it down to only do one chunk? Yeah. Okay, let me go get a little bit of cobble and some sticks so I can make a lever, and I'll be right back here. Okay, so looks like a few things have changed. What I can actually do is, one, I do need power. Two, I don't need spot loaders. The endothermic pump actually acts as a chunk loader for what it needs. So we can take that spot loader when we get back down there. And what I'm going to need is some way to power it. In this case, I'm going to make a Magmatic Dynamo. So I need some Invar, which I believe I should... Yes, I don't have. So to make Invar, we're just going to need Invar Blend, which is iron and ferrous. I should have plenty of iron and ferrous. Go ahead and grab half a stack of iron, and let me go ahead and look up ferrous here. I only have 6 ferrous. However, nickel is the same thing. So I think I'm going to just use... There we go. That'll work. So that way I'm using all of the ferrous that we actually have, and then I'll use the nickel for the rest. And in the induction smelter, I don't think that I need it to be dust, do I? No. If I do it in the induction smelter, it'll just go ahead and make it. So I'm going to let this finish using up the ferrous, and then I'll throw my nickel in here. In the meantime, I can put away my lead. And 18 should be enough for right now. If I need more, I'll just go grab it. So I want a Magmatic Dynamo. So I'm going to need a redstone. Okay, easy enough. And I'm just going to make 4 of those because I know I'm going to need them here shortly. Invar gears. Need 2 of these. And everything else I should have. So now we have Magmatic Dynamo. Let me see how many more gears I can make. Just 1. Since we're making these, 30. Let's see if we can make a couple of them, because I'm going to need some downstairs too. So that'll make 2, 4, 6. And go. Perfect. Just enough. I wonder if I had more Invar. It doesn't really matter. So now we need some leadstone conduit. And we can go ahead and go back to the Nether. So now, like I said, I don't need this spot loader. So we'll go ahead and pick this buddy up. And let's go ahead and just put down a little bit of a platform here. We need some more netherrack. Just a little bit. Oh, that's the flesh. I thought that was lava right above me. And one way that we can do this is, let's go ahead and pick this up. We'll pick up our tesseract. And I'm going to put, let's see, we want to put our magmatic engine right here. And I'm going to go this direction with it, with our leadstone energy cells, or energy conduit, and go right here because it requires MJ. And so if we whack this, it should turn it right. And I don't have a bucket. Why? Okay. Let me throw down my tesseract, and I'm going to have to go get a bucket because we're going to have to put at least one bucket of lava in here just to get it started. So I'll be right back again. Okay, so now we have our bucket. And grab one thing of lava, dump it right into here, and that should start working. And if I open it up, it should, there we go, it just filled up. So now, what I should be able to do is set this to my owner frequency of lava, and set it. And I want to configure it to no items, no energy. I want it to send fluid. So that way this will send the lava. And if we go back home, now we should have lava here in this tesseract. So what I can do now is pick this up. And we no longer need this here. So let's grab some stone bricks. Okay, so I should be able to go ahead and just get rid of the water there. And I want to put some fluid ducts down, or liquid ducts, or whatever. The name changed with the last change to the mod. So now I have lava flowing through here, and if I put my magmatic dynamos that I made earlier right here, I should be able to get everything set up and now generate a lot of power. You can see here, once these get nice and filled up, they're going to generate just huge amounts of power. Nice. So we should not have any more problems with worrying about our coal. We also shouldn't have any problems with lava from this point. And the only thing now is each one of these outputs 40 RF at maximum. So if you figure 40, 80, 120. Well, this leadstone energy conduit only transfers 80 at a time. So it might be time to start thinking about upgrading. Okay, so now we have an excess of power. We can see here that all of these are filled up completely, and we can't transfer that amount of power. Also, the leadstone energy cell can only transfer so much out. When I'm trying to run my capacitor bank here, all of my machines upstairs, I don't really need it right now, but it'd be nice to have more storage and more power. And especially since I'm generating more power and I can't transfer it. So what I'd like to do is upgrade these leadstone energy conduits. So I made a little bit more invar. I'm going to go ahead and throw those back in there. And if we go to thermal expansion, there's different stages of the conduits. Obviously, the cheapest and the easiest one to make is the leadstone energy conduit. The next one up is the hardened energy conduit, and that's the one that I'd like to make. I'm not really ready for the redstone energy conduit because it transfers 10,000 RF at a time, but I don't need that much. So what I'm thinking is going with the hardened. Now the nice thing about doing this is if we look up the recipe here, there's a couple different ways to make it. I can use some invar nuggets and use my existing leadstone energy conduit and a little bit of redstone, or I can make a whole bunch at once. And I think that's the option that I'm going to go with. Because I do have the invar, I have plenty of redstone, and lots of leadstone energy conduit. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see how much we can make. 21. And that's just because I ran out of leadstone energy conduit here. So what this will let me do is now I can take these down right here, and I can put my hardened energy conduit, and that's going to transfer more power for me. So now that transfers it into here, but this still only outputs 80 and inputs 80 from my energy cell. So I actually want to take that down too. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here and just do all of those. And now if I take my Leadstone energy cell, and I should be able to upgrade that. And as far as I know, it should keep the power. So let's hope. So we're gonna do hardened energy cell. And we just throw it right here in the middle. And there we go. And it did keep the power. You can see we still have the same amount of power, but it stores, looks like about 5 times as much. Is that right? 5 times? 400 to 20? Yeah. 5 times as much. So the nice thing is now I'll be able to accept more power. I'll also be able to output more power. So the last thing that I'm going to need to do is take down these leadstone energy conduits and go ahead and change those out as well. Because there's no point in being able to output more power here if I can't output it to my machines. So let's go ahead and get all of these changed out. And I was thinking about it, and I think what I might actually like to do is make another redstone furnace. Since I'm making so much more power, maybe I can make another redstone furnace down here and set that up for my AE system. Or even, you know, just anywhere along this wall or something like that. Maybe we can make a little wing for it. Let's go ahead and just clean up the rest of this first. Because I'd like to keep these machines upstairs more for manual use, or maybe in the future some automatic crafting, which I will be getting into. It's just it's not something that I've had the resources to really do just yet. There we go. So now they're all changed out, and actually what I should be able to do, since I still have a couple of leadstone energy cells, just so I don't accidentally use them in the future, let's go ahead and change all of these to hardened. And that should be all of them. There's no more leadstone anywhere. So that should be plenty to get me by until I'm ready to do like the redstone energy conduit. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Since we're working with everything right now, let's go ahead and make another powered furnace. And so that's going to be right here, the redstone furnace. Pulverizer, induction smelter. Yeah, I believe that's all that I'm gonna need right now. So let's see, we need some bricks, redstone reception coils, and you know what, I'm gonna make 2 of them for the purposes of just doing my ores. And I'm gonna need a few machine frames. So there's 2 machine frames. I have the copper, and I don't think I have bricks, but we're check. Nope, no bricks. So let's go ahead and I'm going to leave that in there. So that way I can just come back down and use it. And let's grab a little bit of clay and go ahead and cook this up too. So I'm going to let this cook up and make my redstone furnaces, and I'll be back when we're ready to set them up downstairs. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is pick this up here and this up here. I haven't really used Ender IO. I mean, I was going to, but it doesn't really seem economical to use it for item transport or anything like that. Now, there is one feature in Ender IO that I really like, but it's more of a cosmetic thing, and it's basically allows you to see a little area. You know, if you say on the ground here, like say I put an Ender IO thing like right here. I don't have any actual. Let's see if I have any. There we go. Just netherrack ore. So if I put like an Ender IO thing right here, or so, probably right there. But what it allows you to do is use like a remote terminal, and then you can spy on this little area, right? It'll be, it'll probably cut off like right here. It's not a very big area, but I don't really see any uses for it, at least on the server that I'm on. If I was on a PvP server and I wanted to put it like right outside my door, I think that's possible, like underground maybe, then that would be really cool. Or if I wanted to spy on someone else's base and just see if I could hide it somewhere, that would probably be an option. But with the server that I'm on, we're not really we're not really on a PvP server because it's more of a YouTuber thing. So I don't think I'll be getting into Ender IO very much. So now that I picked those up, I have plenty of room, and I think the way that I want to do this is going through the wall. All I should have anyway, right here is some stone. So let's put one right here and one right here, and that should give me access to both sides of them. And so I should be able to just pull that out, and of course I put all my conduit away. So let's go ahead and throw these down here and put redstone energy conduit. Well, hardened energy conduit. You guys have to keep in mind that I have been playing this for a while, and the names have changed over time. So if I call it one thing, it's just because that's what it used to be called. And there we go. So now we should be able to just close this up right here and put down my redstone furnace here and here. There we go. That's nice. So now they're getting power. And what I want to do is I still want to leave this going up there, right? But I do want to have it kind of come down here. So I'm wondering if maybe I should do the same thing, kind of go in through the wall and come down and like out right here. Is it clear? Yeah, that's fine. That should work. And then I can kind of go under the floor maybe, like under the redstone conduit and come out right here again. Let's try that. So right here. Oh, you know what? I can use the bottom. Yeah, let's use the bottom to pull items out of the furnaces. So that way you don't even see those. And I want to go right here. Let's see, how many over do I have to go? 2. And then up, up, and that's probably, yeah, that's grass. So I don't want to break that one, but I can break that one right there. So now I just need a little bit of ME cabling. And I'm probably going to have to make more than 3. Let's see if this should make me, what, 21? Yeah, let's see if 21 works for us. So that should connect right there. And then come straight down here. And then over this way. Let me out. And just so I don't get zombies popping up back here, because I can't stand that. When you have holes in your base, holes behind the walls, and zombies will just find places to spawn. And all you do is hear them and don't know where they're coming from. It's just annoying. Okay, and then I should be able to put this one here. Okay, so let me go grab the import bus that I have on this one, which should be in the back. And just because I'm not using it right this second, I'm just going to pick it up and take all of these. Oh, I need a different kind of wrench. I need a quartz wrench. Let's see. Will it allow me to make it with just nether quartz? Because I really don't want to use up, all of the Certus quartz that I have. So let me see if it'll let me do it with just nether quartz. Ah, there we go. Quartz wrench. Unfortunately, we don't have Omni Wrenches, which would be perfect. But Omni Wrench, what it is it's a mod that it's Omni Tools, is what the mod's called. And what it basically does is it takes all of your wrenches and makes them compatible. Maybe not all of them, but a good number of them. So it's nice to have just one Omni Wrench. I might talk to Pyro to see if we can get that installed, just so I don't need to carry a Yeta wrench and a quartz wrench and a crescent hammer and everything else. So we should be able to now take our import bus and set it up right here. And then I'm going to need another import bus for right here. So let's see if I have everything that I need for another import. Bus, basic import. I'm going to need... I need to throw a couple of these in here. I'm just going to keep 2 out for me. And... conversion matrix. I should have everything I need, yeah. Basic import. Still need the ME interface, and the ME interface is not just used in crafting recipes. They're also used to do like automatic processing and things like that, especially when it comes to automatic crafting. So I will be getting into using those, but unfortunately right now I don't have an automatic crafting set up just yet. And again, we're going to use the slime ball, and let's see if I can make 2. Yeah, I'll just make 3. Why not? Use up all the pistons that we have. Basic import bus, go. So now we have one of those, and I should be able to put on the other furnace. Gotta make my way down again. Because these are kind of oriented, so you want to face the direction that you want it to go. And then now, I should be able to take that last little bit of cabling and plop that here. And with this, I think I'm going to have one come out here and one on top. And then, just because I have the space here, what I'll do is I'll have one come out here, which means I'm going to need one more cabling. So I'll just grab those. I'm going to have one come here and then up. And so what I should be able to do is just close this off to make it look semi-decent. Don't need anything right here. Close that off. That's fine up there. And then right here, what I'll have is I'll have one coming out into here. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it's functional, which is basically what I'm going for. And so we should be able to, these are pre-configured, which I think that one's just empty. And I should be able to put one here and one on top. And for right now, I'm just going to put one here. Hook those up with a cable. And that one should be all set up. And now just set this up. Clear these, and this is the bottom. So I'm going to say the bottom is our output, because that has our input bus, or import bus, which imports it into the network. So it's kind of the opposite of what you would think. It's importing into the AE network, or the export bus exports out of the AE network. That's the easiest way to remember it. And then here's going to be our input into the furnace, and the same setup here. Input into the furnace on the top and the left, and then the output is going to be on the bottom. So now all I have to do is go collect up a whole bunch more ore and make sure that I set them all up with the flakes. Because when I had changed it earlier, I'd lost some of the configuration. So between this episode and next, what I'm going to do is do a little bit of mining just to make sure that I can get all the flakes that I need, get these set up, and any ore that that can't be put into our extractor upstairs, then we'll probably have to set up maybe a pulverizer. Maybe I'll do that right here. I'll put an output down at the bottom and an input right in the top, and that way it'll look pretty nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later.